as Galong pulls down his collar, revealing a faint mark glowing on his neck. Confusion floods her face. That symbol. It couldn't be. The scene shifts. Back to the distant past, when the heroes still walked the earth and the war against the Demon Emperor had yet to reach its peak. "I've been in contact with Galong," one of the heroes says. "He's agreed to join us. We're meeting him up ahead." "Galong? The demon-slaying maniac?" Another scoffs. "I thought he was just a legend from the southern lands, a story to boost morale." The group marches through the valley when someone notices a strange sight. Why is that mountain peak so round? The realization hits too late. The mountain begins to tremble, the ground quaking beneath them. As dusk falls and the horizon shifts, the truth becomes clear. It isn't a mountain at all. It's the head of a sleeping giant monster, so massive that when it rises, its skull nearly brushes the clouds. "Troll Round Mountain," one of them shouts. The monster groans, writhing in agony as something begins to emerge from its head. Why is the top becoming pointed? That's the Skyfall sword technique, first form. A colossal sword of energy bursts from the giant's skull, splitting sky and stone alike. The heavens shake as the beast collapses, its enormous body crashing into the valley. One of the heroes hastily casts a barrier spell, protecting the group from the cataclysmic impact. But even as the dust settles, something stirs within the creature's gaping mouth. The heroes tense, ready for another attack. Until a man steps out from the darkness of the corpse. It's Galong, his armor stained with blood, his presence calm yet overwhelming. "Galong, are these the three helpers you mentioned in your letter?" "Morovek, why the hostile tone?" He adds, looking around at the wary faces. "We're comrades now. We'll fight the Demon Emperor together, nothing more, nothing less." The tension lingers. Galong mutters coldly, feelings that run too deep only become burdens or hidden dangers. Faya narrows her eyes. "I don't agree with that. Galong, whether you agree or not, it has nothing to do with me." Marabek beside them sighs softly. "Please forgive him. He just has a difficult personality." "It's fine," Faya answers. "Let him stick to his principles. It's likely I won't have any friendship with him in the future either." The memory fades, returning to the present. Faya's voice trembles. "Is it really you?" "Yeah." She suddenly leaps forward, wrapping her arms and legs around him, his face buried against her chest. "This is great. You're alive too." Galong blinks, startled. "Why are you crying like that? You're not at all like you used to be." "I just never thought I'd be able to see a comrade again," she whispers. "I'm sorry. If I'd done better back then, you all wouldn't have." Before he can finish, a subordinate rushes in. "Chief, what's happening?" "This doesn't concern you. Get out." Faya snaps, her voice trembling with emotion. Galong warns as he begins channeling healing magic. His hands glow softly. Healing spell. "Faya," she murmurs, "have you been feeling guilty about what happened back then all this time?" "Stop," she sighs. "You always used to go on about doing better. Don't start that again." "Am I really a nag? You can be quite talkative sometimes." "It hurts. Just bear with it. You're already crying out in pain. You broke more than a dozen of my bones earlier." "I'm just scared of pain," she huffs. "That's why I used to wear such thick armor." Later, as the two sit together recovering, their conversation softens. "So," Galong says quietly, "you've been reincarnated as a member of the demon race for 2 years now, and Faya too?" She nods. "Yes. Back then, I found my younger sister Faya through our bloodkin sense. I thought we were the only two who'd reincarnated for some unknown reason." He pauses, eyes narrowing. "So you've changed sex?" She tilts her head. "How did you come to that conclusion? I was always a woman." She raises an eyebrow. "So we knew each other for 2 or 3 years in our past lives, and you thought I was a man that whole time?" He blinks, speechless. "Once, Marovek told me I was a terrible judge of character," he says. "I thought he was just being angry." "Wait, beside me, did everyone else know?" "Everyone knew." "Why didn't you say so sooner? Why didn't you ask sooner?" He leans back, rubbing his forehead. "Let me confirm one more time. You're not joking?" "Of course not. Didn't you ever hear Faya call me Gaga? I thought Gaga was some kind of military rank in your northern language, like Jarl or Boyar." Faya just laughs, shaking her head. "You really are hopeless." Faya, soft. "Whose kid is this?" "Galong, Alexios's granddaughter. Swordsmithing is hard work. She needs to rest." Faya stares at a row of little figurines, carved likenesses of the 5 great heroes. She counts slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. One is missing. Her eyes drop to the bonfire. The tiny figure that looked like Galong has been thrown to the flames and burned. Faya's face goes flat. She lifts her voice like a rebuke to the smoke. "Why must you hate yourself?" Galong answers quietly. The burned toy is his reminder, a promise to do better. It's penance, crafted into ritual. Gelong, this time I will eradicate evil and protect you all. They vow to beat the bad guys into submission. Two comrades slap their hands together in agreement. The conversation darkens. Gelong asks the blunt question, have you been secretly cutting down rising demon elites? Faya, yes. Stop the geniuses before they become monsters. It keeps this place manageable. She explains the logic. New demon talents breed assassins and coups. Pruning them keeps the hierarchy stable. But the confession has weight. She admits the body's demon instincts still tug at her. Gelong nods. He's changed, too. Milder, less creatively murderous. But the old instincts still whisper. Sulla wakes to bright, curious eyes. Uncle, who is this? Faya pokes the little girl's cheek. Wow, what a cute face. Jaelong turns to Sulla with slow pride. She's like me, reincarnated into the demon race. Faya can't hide her shock. Why did your Uncle Jaelong dress you in these rags? She teases. Faya orders gently. We'll move to my basement. It's hidden and bigger, safer. Down in the basement, maps and scraps sprawl across a table. Jaelong and Faya trade quiet updates. You've gathered a lot of intel these past 2 years. Of course. Sulla protests being treated like a doll. Does it look good? She asks defensively. Jaelong approves. It's quite pretty, has the flair of Aini, royalty. Faya argues over hair accessories. Among the gathered goods, Jaelong finds a strange shell, the Call of the Soul Sea. Scholars used to keep records of such artifacts at the Royal Academy, a conch that lets one briefly enter another's soul and observe their memories like a ghost. It's invasive, risky, and irresistible. We can use this to look back at the moment of our deaths. Maybe we'll learn why we were pulled back into this world. The conch is incomplete. The other half was likely stolen months ago by demon bandits from no man's land. Gelong scoffs. Why don't we just take it back? Faya's smile is weary. You know I'm lousy at tracking. Those gangs are slippery. Gelong rails. I taught you stealth and concealment once. Faya grumbles she'll practice. It's the same playful friction from old lives. Mentoring turned roast. Outside their hideout, the demon polity squawks and schemes. Yuan Shan hasn't sent troops to plunder humans for 2 years. One snarls. There's no profit anymore. They still have a lot of food, and it tastes great. Even a fly is meat. Its strength is in its consistency. The female lieutenants lean in, plotting patiently rather than striking wildly. We'll build up slowly, she says. Sooner or later we'll be strong enough to fight back into no man's land and take out that damned evil dragon. Downstairs, the serfs and grunts, they grunt about weight and locks. It's locked up tight, so heavy. The mood is equal parts greed and unease. Gelong and Faya climb into supply crates with the kind of confidence born from long practice. They argue briefly over tactics. Faya wants to strike fast and wipe the lot clean. Gelong counsels caution. Numbers matter. Hidden sentries may exist, and if someone panics and runs with the conch, the whole plan fails. They choose observation first, to map the nest and find the conch's half. The plan nearly works until a huge, slovenly demon sits down on one crate and smashes it open. Gelong does something no one expected. Ancient serpent's bloodline, serpent transformation.